Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Roy DeJesus.
And I'm Georgia Broman. Here's your Spectrum News in 90 update. A deadly house fire is under investigation in Plant City. 4 people are dead. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue says the fire was reported just after midnight from someone inside the home. They told dispatchers that 3 adults and 5 dogs were trapped. Firefighters were able to find the adults and get them out through a bedroom window, but all 3 were pronounced dead at the scene. Once the fire was out, a 4th person was found dead inside the home. Fire rescue and the sheriff's office are investigating.
The Tampa Bay Rays are here to stay. Pinellas County Commissioners approved $312.5 million in funding towards a new ballpark. That guarantees the Rays stay in St. Petersburg for at least 30 years. The stadium will serve as the centerpiece for a larger redevelopment project that'll feature affordable housing, office and retail space, and a new Black History Museum. Construction is set to begin in January next year.
It is the last day to take advantage of Florida's Freedom Month sales tax holiday. Outdoor recreational supplies for everything from boating and fishing to camping. It's all tax-free through the end of the day today. That even includes tickets for sporting events, concerts, and movies. We have a full list for you on baynews9.com. That's your news in 90.
Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast again in a scattered fashion through the afternoon. We could be looking at, like yesterday, a chance for things to become a little bit more widespread through the evening time frame. But you notice here into the afternoon, there'll be still a few showers and storms around 8, 9, 10 o'clock. We may see a few that linger. Tomorrow, we're actually going to bring down the rain chance just a little bit during the afternoon.
We begin with a sad story out of Plant City this morning. 4 people are dead after an overnight fire.
It happened here at a home on County Line Road. Fire rescue responded within minutes, but were not able to save the people inside. Spectrum Bay News 9's Jason Lanning is on scene in Plant City this morning. He spoke with first responders and joins us with more.
4 people are dead today after a frantic 13 minutes of fire rescue trying to rescue these people from their burning home. The home that caught fire is about 100 yards off South County Line Road near Plant City. And making this fire even more difficult for rescue workers was the fact this home was surrounded by trees and heavy brush. Now, the fire was knocked out around 1 a.m., but the scene is still very active today. That's why Hillsborough Fire Rescue provided these pictures to us overnight. You can see the home was badly damaged in the fire. It started just after midnight when one of the 4 people trapped inside the home called 911. Danny Alvarez with Hillsborough Fire Rescue says within 8 minutes, the first fire crews were on scene. 5 minutes later, firefighters were able to pull out 3 adults. None of them survived.
It only took them about 5 minutes to get all 3 out. Does that indicate they were kind of all in that bedroom or in the same room? Like, were they were all awake and trying to make an effort to survive?
Correct. They were all clustered together, and we were able to locate them pretty quickly and make it out of a bedroom window with all 3 patients.
And after the fire was put out, investigators say they discovered a 4th body inside of the home, a different part of the home from that bedroom. 5 dogs also reportedly were trapped inside of the home as it burned. No word if any of those dogs were able to escape. The investigation is still active today. So far, no cause has been determined. On scene in Hillsborough County, Jason Lanning, Spectrum News.
Beyond the Bay Area, this video was shared by Ocala Fire Rescue showing the aftermath of an explosion at a laundromat in Ocala. 4 people were hurt. 2 of them were taken to a hospital. Firefighters say the explosion happened after 6 o'clock yesterday. When firefighters got there, they say smoke and flames were still pouring out of the shopping center. No word yet on what caused the explosion.
St. Pete Police is asking for help finding a mother who vanished more than 2 weeks ago. Officers say 42-year-old Kelly Fisher was last seen on July 16th. She was seen leaving her home on Prescott Street South. Authorities say she took off in her aunt's car, which investigators found in an abandoned lot a couple of days later. Police say they also found 3 cell phones and money on the dashboard. They don't believe the money and phones belong to Fisher. Her family says she would never just disappear on her own.
She's more than just a missing woman. She's a mother. She's a grandmother. She's my only sister. She's a niece. She's a cousin. And we deserve to have answers.
Fisher's family says she does have a history of mental health issues. If you've seen her or have any information, you're asked to call St. Pete Police. It's official. The Tampa Bay Rays are getting a new ballpark in downtown St. Pete.
Pinellas County Commissioners held the final vote yesterday, so let's talk about what is next. The Rays say construction on the ballpark is going to start in January. It'll be complete in time for opening day 2028. It's going to be built just east of Tropicana Field in the current parking lot. The ballpark will cost $1.3 billion. $700 million will come from the Rays, $287 million from St. Pete, and then $312 million coming from Pinellas County. That was the final piece of the deal approved yesterday.
Pinellas County Commissioners voted 5-2 to approve that funding, the money coming from the tourism bed tax. Members who voted against the plan say they don't think it's the best deal for taxpayers. However, supporters tell us it's an opportunity the county cannot pass up.
We're talking about 30 years of true economic impact in a community that has not necessarily received all of the benefits of some of the growth and development that has occurred around the community.
And I had a lot of concerns, not just with how much money that we would be spending, which if we financed it over 30 years, that's going to be over $600 million, but also the redevelopment part.
We'll hear from the Rays and St. Pete Mayor Ken Welch today and have an update starting at noon.
The Palladium Theater in St. Pete is hoping they can get help from Pinellas County for their $12 million renovation plans. The Palladium's executive director, Paul Wilborn, says the building is nearly 100 years old and they're still using the original chairs. Wilborn says they want to improve seating and acoustics and raise the stage. He says they've already raised more than $4.5 million in private donations. They have $1.8 million from the state. Now he's asking for $2.5 million in Pinellas bed tax money. In order to qualify, the Palladium has to show they're boosting tourism by drawing visitors who spend the night.
We funded a $15,000 study that showed our economic impact, showed bed nights, I mean real numbers, not numbers we made up, and how many people, over 50% of our audience comes from outside of Pinellas County.
In the next couple of months, the Tourist Development Council is going to make a recommendation to county commissioners who will then vote on whether to approve the request this fall. We're almost in peak hurricane season and emergency management teams around the state are getting ready. In Central Florida, some new equipment was tested yesterday. Leaders say it will help track vital information when a storm is coming.
We can track the storm's progression, or we can look at how many shelters we have open and their census. We can look at number of sandbags that we've distributed, and this is all data that we can enter into our different visuals.
Here in the Bay Area, several counties are looking into ways to mitigate flooding, including adding better storm pumps and drainage systems.
Before we get you caught up on your latest weather forecast, check out these viewer pics of a waterspout sent in last night. It happened in Port Richey just after 8 o'clock. Waterspouts are common over Florida's coast during rainy season. This one didn't move on shore or cause any known issues for boaters. Presidential candidates are on the campaign trail with events scheduled from coast to coast. We'll have a preview of what they're up to today and recap last night's rallies coming up in our next half hour.